What it do? What it do? Triple R family, it's your boy DJ, aka Mr. Triple R himself, the General of the Army. Told y'all I was coming with a podcast, and I'm coming with it. Got you. I will not disappoint. Shout out to everybody in the Army, man. Before I begin, this guy standing next to me, sitting next to me, yo, this guy is a great dude. This dude is phenomenal. This is my main man, who also goes by the name of DJ. DJs, we get up and we get it. That's the name of his clothing line, his brand that he built from scratch. He's also responsible for the merch that you see on your boy, DJ, Mr. Triple R himself. The merch that you'll have. So without further ado, let me holler at my man. What up with the DJ? What up, fam? Yo, man, I want to say first and foremost, man, thank you for blessing me with this podcast interview. I know you're a very, very busy guy. You're a family guy. You got a lot of things going on. So thank you on behalf of myself and the entire Army, man. Before we begin with the interview, please tell the people the last time we saw each other, man.
Man, on the yard. He was on the baseball field. I was going home, and he basically let me know, like, things was looking good for him. On the way out, I let him know I'll pray for him, and now we're here. He's here.
I really appreciate that prayer, man. On some real stuff. Army, I always tell y'all, I don't care what you've done. I don't care what people say. You can make it. You got this.
Absolutely.
Stay great above the hate. Yo, DJ, man, introduce yourself. Tell the people, first and foremost, how much time did you serve in prison and what for?
6 years, and it was for attempted robbery. I mean, I made a mistake, but I didn't let that hinder me.
For sure. For sure. Listen, we all make mistakes, man. The thing is this. Learn from it. If you don't learn from the mistake that you've made, you are destined to make that same mistake again and again and again. So, I want to ask you this, bro. Why? Why change? What, like, I was in prison with you, bro. You was, you know what I'm saying? You was active. You was super active out the IE cars, Inland Empire. You know what I mean? You started going to groups. You didn't have life, but I watched you, bro. I watched you start going to groups and everything of that nature. I'm like, why? Why you go to group? What made you? What said to yourself like, I need to be a better person?
Man, I felt like, doing the same thing over and over, that's insanity. That's the true meaning of insanity. And I feel like if I don't make a change, it's going to be ugly. My future is going to be ugly. So why not make it bright? Why not change and do what you got to do as a man, as an individual?
Okay. So you got out of prison. You did 6 years. Got 115s. That's write-ups. He was a mess up. He was a screw up, y'all. So you got out of prison, man. Talk to me about that. What was your journey like getting out of prison?
Well, getting out of prison, I had a agenda. I had a list I wrote down. I've written, and I basically stuck to it. I had to stay focused. Everything I planned out, I made sure I made it happen.
Okay.
Slowly but surely. I mean, in my eyes, I feel like I did it pretty fast, but I mean, nothing wasn't major. Nothing was not doable.
Okay. So you wrote the list while you was in prison?
Absolutely.
Why? What made you think that you could do that?
I mean, first of all, I had a lot of time to think, and that's what a lot of people don't get. As far as people that have been in prison, some people are fuck ups and some people actually get something out of it. You have a lot of time to think. That's what we have over a lot of people. But I'm not saying it's a good thing, but there's pros and cons to going to prison.
Okay, so what was the cons?
Cons would be, your history. Something on your record. You know, your mess ups, your mistakes.
Okay. So when you got out of prison, first and foremost, you got out of prison with a mission. Let's pick that apart real quick. So while in prison, y'all, understand this. You sent to prison to pay a debt to society as punishment for a mistake that you made, aka a crime. Rather than allow his time to do him, this man did his time. This man utilizes time. Time is the most valuable commodity known to man, because after you lose a second, you can never get it back. So forth and so on. A minute, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. You'll never get those back once they're used. So instead of this guy, this great man right here saying, it is what it is, F it, I made a mistake, it's IE to the fullest, that's all I'm gonna do, that's all I know. Nah, y'all, this man dug deep. See, to make a list says one thing: I believe in me. I believe that I'm valuable. I believe that I'm worthy. I am not the mistakes I made. I am not a product of my environment. I am not a failure. I am not distrodden. Listen, when you write down a list of goals, things that you want, they're saying, I believe in me. And I thank God that you believe in you, bro. On the real, man, because, you know, like, you made the merch. That was fire. You know, I really appreciate that. But more so, a lot of my followers, bro, are young children, young kids, teenagers, adolescents. We got adults in here too. We got people watching right now, man, that's all the way in New Zealand, in UK, all the way in Greece. Like, and I know that they going through something right now, and it seems like they'll never come out of it, man. What do you have to say to those people?
I mean, keep pushing. No matter what the situation is, no matter what you're going through, you always got to think about it can be worse. Somebody has it harder than you. No matter the struggle, no matter the obstacle, you're able to overcome it.
So my biggest question to you is, why change?
I mean, for the better. Everybody has their own purpose, but I mean, some people could be doing it for themselves. You can have children doing it for your children. You could be doing it for your relationship, or you can be doing it for all of them. You know, everybody has their own, and I feel like, you know what's good for you.
Okay. So, how'd you start? When did you even start thinking about a clothing line, bro?
Well, I used to map out like blueprint, have shirts. I mean, I can't draw myself. I'm not really an artist, but you know, I used to have a vision of how I wanted things, and I would discourage myself, like, maybe this wouldn't be fly, this wouldn't be fly. Over the years of me being out, I started wearing other people's clothes.
Okay.
And I felt like everybody was giving me compliments in their clothes. I felt like, you know what, maybe I can open this up. And so I stuck to the plan and got it done. I do that as well as truck driving. So it's hand in hand, but it's just like, it's more than what I planned for, but I managed. So
okay.
Man.
I want to touch on something that you said. You said you can do this.
Absolutely.
What made you believe you can do this, bro? Like, you was a criminal. You wasn't supposed to be able to get out and build your own brand. And yo, this dude got major people support this guy, man. Sometimes I'll look at your Instagram story, bro, and I say to myself, like, how the hell did he get that person to put on his clothes? How the hell did he have the courage to approach somebody and ask him to support him? How the hell do he got people in Maryland rocking his clothes? How does he got people in Atlanta Detroit, DC. Like, usually dudes, when they start clothing lines, it's nothing but friends and family. And I know you got friends and family supporting you, but like, what gave you the audacity to hope, the audacity to believe that you can get somebody like Queen Road, you can get somebody, you know what I mean, like the baby to take a picture with you and say like, keep your head up and give you game. Like, I don't understand that. Like the people don't understand that, man. Like, people are in dark times. People are. What made you believe in you, bro? Like that. Like at the essence of it, what made you have this confidence in yourself to where you say, I got this?
I mean, I told myself from the jump, like, there's nothing I can't do. After I got back into truck driving, I said, oh yeah, I can do whatever I want. Everybody is sitting back content where they're at. You're never supposed to be comfortable where you're at. You have to, even when I get next level, or you know, if I reach my goal, I still set more. I feel like there's nothing I can't do. There's nothing at all.
What's your goal right now for the clothing line?
I want to be international. I can't say just regional. I like to be international, as well as, you know, I just want to make a universal line instead of like just the plain get money trap, you know, get up and get it. I want it to be universal as to other brands.
How'd you come up with the name Get Up and Get It?
Get Up and Get It, I felt like it would be versatile. I didn't want it to be like everybody's brand. What separates my brand from a lot of brands are just brands. Mine is a lifestyle. You know, get up and get it. You can change it in all aspects. Get money, get up and get lost, get up and, you know, anything. You can, it will never die.
Y'all, make sure you get up and get it. Get up and get this merch. Get up and get your life. Get up and get your goals. Get up and get your dreams. Don't never stop. Don't never settle. Don't never get comfortable. One thing I always tell y'all, stay great above the hate. Like, that's my favorite line to tell my people.
That's a good one.
Stay great above the hate. Merch coming soon. Stay great above the hate. And I always say this, whether you're doing right or whether you're doing wrong, somebody gonna hate on you. We was in prison, bro. I don't care if you selling dope. I don't care if you knocking dudes out. I don't care what you doing. Somebody gonna be like, yeah, he didn't knock dude out. Well, he ain't really moving an ounce every 2 days. He not. When you doing good, like, you gotta get up and get him. Right? Get up and get it. And I'm sure it's people saying like, yo, this shit ain't never gonna go nowhere, bro. It's a hobby. Like, you're a truck driver. Like, this is something you doing to keep yourself from being bored. This is something, whatever they may be saying, right? And I tell the Army all the time, and I'm telling the Army, and I'm telling whoever else is watching this, it don't matter what people say about you. It don't matter what people feel about you. You know why? Because their opinion don't matter unless you believe it. I had 58 years to life in prison. People was like, this dude ain't never getting out. It's a wrap for this guy. I don't know why man, why he going to group? Man, that nigga is crazy.
Like, there's no hope.
Everybody had an opinion on me. But their opinion didn't matter. Why? Because they not me. Whatever somebody's saying about you, yo, they're not you. I don't care if they tell you can't make it. I don't care if they tell you, like, you know, it's next to impossible. Well, I am the impossible. Always remember this. Anytime somebody tell you that something is impossible, you tell them this: I break impossible up. I'm possible. I can do it. I don't give a damn if 1 million people tried to do something. I'm gonna be the one in a million. I don't care. Listen, I put in a commutation, man. Like, people don't understand that, bro. Like, I had 58 years of life. So what I did in essence is I wrote a letter to the governor. Could you reduce my sentence? Despite the fact that I'm a murderer, despite the fact that my murder was influenced entirely by warped gang beliefs, could you give me meaningful action and parole? Yo, I don't know if you remember the dude HB.
Yeah.
So I ended up running to HB again, right? And he was like, yo, bro, when you told me you was putting in a letter to the governor to reduce your sentence, he said, man, I thought you was one of the biggest fools I'd ever met. And he said, I was tripping because I'm like, I know you smart. He like, so how the hell you think the governor is going to reduce your sentence? Right? So I was like, I can see. So sometimes this is what you got to do, right? When people hate on you, you got to be like, I can see why you hating, because you don't think you can do it. No. Forget think. You know that you couldn't do it. So when people know that they can't do something, they always gonna tell you that you can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, DJ, you can't start no brand. You can't start no clothing line, because they know that they can't. Like, always, one of my favorite quotes that I ever heard was from Jay-Z. He said when he first started rapping, his uncle was like, man, you'll never be able to sell 1 million albums. And he was like, he said like, I don't believe my uncle said that from a place of hate. It's just he didn't believe he could ever sell 1 million albums. And so Jay-Z was like, I've sold 1 million albums 1 million times. And I listened to that and I was like, yo, I get it. I really, really get it. When people know what they can't do, they'll always just place that up on you. You know what I mean? So I brought this man on. Yo, this guy is super duper busy, but he blessed the Army. He blessed the RRR Podcast. This is my man. This guy drove all the way from the Inland Empire, man, just to be on the RRR Podcast, just to inspire you, just to let you know that you got this. If this guy can do it, come on, man. Ain't a shadow of a doubt that you can do it. If DJ, Mr. RRR, can go from life in prison to hosting a podcast to growing his own brand, you dig me? You got this. And I'm going to tell you how special you are. You was never supposed to hear this message. You say, wait, DJ, what you mean I was never supposed to hear this message? I had life in prison. I was never supposed to get out of prison. Do y'all understand that? So if I never got out of prison, we would never have this interview. We would never, like just trace the steps back. I could have never started a YouTube channel. I could have never bumped into Gideon. So the fact that you hearing this, I'm letting you know, that's God telling you, the universe, the ancestors, telling you that you are so important. That you so important that they blessed me to come home to remind you, to let you know that there is nothing that you cannot do. DJ, any words you want to leave with the Army, man?
Man, I just suggest everybody do exactly what they plan to do. Don't detour from it. Don't doubt yourself. You can do it. If we can do it.
You can do it. If we can do it, 2 convicted felons, 1 for attempted robbery, 1 for murder, conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, shooting in the head. Yo, you got this. And always remember this, man. Your hardest day was yesterday, and you made it through that. So if you made it through your hardest day, yo, you got this. Get up and get it. What was your biggest obstacle in life?
Honestly, I wouldn't even say it was being in prison. My thing would be being away from family. And that was big. That stuck with me. I felt like I can't get that time back. Time is more valuable than money to me. And so I incorporated my son in the actual
Yo, that's
logo.
big. That's big right there. Yo, big us for that. Yo, that's big, bro. Like, so if that was your biggest obstacle, what's your biggest inspiration?
I would say not only my son, but for the people that said I couldn't, the people that said I wouldn't, and you know, for myself, the self-doubt that I had, I wanted to conquer that, you know.
How did you conquer the self-doubt?
I had to think like, everybody's doing it, why not? Like, why not me? If he could truck drive, I can truck drive. If he can make a clothing line and I rep it, then I can make my own clothing line. You know?
That's great that you say that, right? Because for me, my biggest obstacle was blind loyalty. Like, I was so loyal to the hood, bro. Like, I was that dude. I didn't give a damn what the homie did. Right or wrong, let's go. My blind loyalty to the hood, like, I don't gotta know you. I don't gotta really have a true problem with you, but you ain't from my side of the street. We gotta get in. We gotta squabble. And when we squabble, I'm gonna maul you because my side is better than your side. And the way I was able to overcome that, bro, like, I tell the Army all the time, but a lot of people don't know. Like, when I went to jail, I lost everything. I was engaged to get married. My fiance left me for one of my young homies from the hood. Got pregnant by him, had the baby. Broke up with me through a letter. Yo, you know them Dear John letters ain't no joke in the pen.
Yeah. See, I went through all that same exact, well, you know, similar, but I had to think in my head, like, they didn't leave us, we left them. Feel me? And that's what made me stick to it, as far as letting the past be the past. Like, otherwise, that would have ate me.
So you was already ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Me, I did allow it to be a motivation because I used to, all right, so one thing I used to do when I was in jail, right, I used to always I was always singing songs. Like, I always try to sing a song. I always and for me, one of the songs I used to always sing is Twisted by Keith Sweat, right? And I'm not gonna be, and I used to be like, I meant that about jail. Like, you left me because I'm in jail, but I'm not gonna be here for long. You know what I'm saying? And
that's dope.
I used to always, like, I would, you know, pace my cell, right? And I would visualize, because I'm a great practitioner of the law of attraction. So I used to always just meditate on being free one day. Like, I know I'm going to trial. I'm gonna be free. It's looking bad. I'm gonna be free. I just got life, but I'm gonna be free. My mom just died. I'm gonna be free. My brother just died. I'm gonna be free. Damn, they just gave me another life sentence, but I'm gonna be free. Damn, they just shot my appeal down, but I'm gonna be free. Like, I kept freedom in the forefront of my mind my entire time in prison. And I used to always be like, I'm not gonna be here for... I used to always pace my cell and I would sing that song.
Manifest.
Every chance I got, bro, I thought about freedom. I always thought about when I got out. Like, one of the biggest questions I get from the Army or people who are just curious is like, what made you want to start a podcast? And I say, I used to listen to them when I was in prison. I would rig up the CD player to catch on the antenna to catch different channels. And I used to listen to a sports podcast. And I used to be like, yo, I want to do that. But I want my podcast to be for change, for growth, for inspiration. I'm like, I've been through too much. I've hurt too many people, and I've grown so much not to be able to help inspire the world. And so I was like, yo, I'm gonna do that. Even when, so I'm a big believer in God. I read the Bible, and it says in Romans that about talking about Abraham, it says against hope or against faith, he believed. So basically, against belief, he believed. Like when God told him, you're gonna be the father of many nations. Like he told this dude that when he was old as hell, when logically, technically, realistically, this man couldn't conceive kids. But God told him that, so he believed. And like that was me. I just was like, I got this. I don't give a damn how bad it looks. I don't give a damn if it don't happen for this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, that guy. It's gonna happen for me. And so like I just continue to grind. I continue to just be strong. I continue to have the courage. But I want to ask you a question, because there was times when I was in prison, I used to be like, is everything I'm doing for nothing? What if I don't get out of prison? But I never ever spoke those words, but I would think them sometimes like, damn. Like I remember one time asking my aunt to send me $500 so I can get a G-Shock. And you know how it is in prison. You want certain things just so you can, like, dude see a G-Shock on your wrist in prison, like, yeah, that nigga getting some money. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or that nigga family love you more. You know, all the vain reasons we do it. And my auntie was like, you need to save money because what you gonna have when you come home? And I felt her, right? But in my head, I'm like, what if I never get out of prison? So you said that you had to get over the self-doubt. What was some of the self-doubt that you had, bro?
The self-doubt was, you know, with my record, I would think that I couldn't get a job, first of all, as far as truck driving, and then as far as the clothing line goes, my doubt was people not feeling it's up to par, or, you know, thinking that they could rock it, they could see themselves in it. And, you know, I just feel like I just had to put all those thoughts behind me.
How'd you do that?
By believing in myself.
The belief in yourself outweighs anything anybody can ever say about you, hope for, or pray against you. The belief in yourself says this: it could be 10,000 on my left, 100,000 on my right, but I got this. Like, to have the courage when all the odds are against you. Look, I don't care if you prostituting. I don't care if you selling dope. I don't care if you a pimp. I don't care if you just strictly gang banging, don't give a fuck about nothing. You a scammer. You can change your life. I was a bald head, gang bang lunatic. If it wasn't about the set, if it wasn't about these Crips, I didn't give a damn. And not just the Crips, you had to be my type of Crips. You had to bang my side of the town. But I changed. I was able to overcome that. Because I started saying to myself, who was I before I became Baby Roscoe? I was always David. I was DJ. What did that man want? Well, he wanted to be an attorney. Okay. I cannot be an attorney. But what that told me was, David, DJ, that man had dreams, goals, and aspirations. I can get back to that. It's gonna take me a minute. I gotta get rid of these warped beliefs. I gotta get rid of these toxic traits. I gotta get out of this cycle of addiction. How am I do that? One step at a time. I tell people all the time, how did you get here? Wherever you are, how'd you get here? Most people say, you know, I took the bus, I drove. If you're really getting it, I chartered a plane and got me here. Then my driver. No. Everything starts with one step. That first step you make every morning when you get out of bed, that's how you get anywhere. Because there's so many people who refuse to get out of bed. But you didn't. He didn't. I didn't. So if you can get out the bed, you can get on the hill. You get on that hill, you can get to the top of the mountain. Yo, it's been an honor and a pleasure, man. I really thank you for this interview. I thank you for taking the time away from your family, from your business, from all the activities you have, and blessing me with this interview, man. Blessing the Army with this great, deep knowledge, man. I just want to say, man, shout out again to you.
Thanks
Yo,
for having me, man.
follow this guy. Tell them where they can follow you on, bro.
On IG at Get Up and Get It. Get Up, letter N, Get It, DJ.
That's the only platform you have is IG?
Well, TikTok, I have DJ X Doing It X Well.
DJ Doing It X Well. Yo, he's doing it very well. I'm DJ, he DJ. The DJs is getting it. This is real, recognized, real. Triple R, we're real, recognized, real, and this man is the truth. He is very real. He's a dude that I promise you is getting up and getting it every single day. You do the same. DJ, Triple R, stay great above the hate.